I just need to ask him some questions.
Then you can ask me.
Right?
Then I'm gonna have
I might be in some trouble.
What kind of trouble?
He said they killed him.
The story begins with SWAT officers James, Cliff, Sam, and Walter gathering to celebrate the end of a successful mission. Their wives and girlfriends join them, including Stacy, a well-known journalist who has been close friends with James for years. While James chats with Stacy, Walter suddenly receives a tense phone call. His mood shifts instantly, and he rushes into the house without explaining. Worried, James follows him, but Walter brushes him off, insisting it's nothing urgent. That night, James gets a heartbreaking call from Walter's wife. Walter has been murdered. James races to his brother's home and finds him dead with a gunshot wound to the back of the head. As he struggles to process the tragedy, another call comes in, this time from Cliff, terrified and begging James for help. James drives straight to Cliff's house, but arrives too late. Cliff has been viciously stabbed. Searching his phone, James finds a suspicious message from someone named Bill O'Brien. As he investigates the home, an unknown attacker ambushes him. James fights back and overpowers the man. Even after shooting him in the leg, the intruder refuses to talk, only insulting James. Realizing he won't give any information, James kills him. Desperate for answers, James turns to Lieutenant Ross, his best friend and the former commanding officer of Walter and Cliff during their deployment in Afghanistan. James explains the murders, but Ross urges him to stay out of it and let the police handle the case. James refuses, consumed by the need for vengeance. When he asks Ross about Bill O'Brien, Ross admits that O'Brien served with them overseas. Before James leaves, Cliff's phone rings again. It's O'Brien, but the call suddenly cuts off, confirming James's suspicion that O'Brien is connected to everything. Meanwhile, a wealthy businessman named Ted Bauer hires a lethal hitman named Ray to recover $40 million that has gone missing. Ray confronts Lieutenant Ross, who claims Walter and Cliff stole the money, and admits he personally killed them. Ray now believes James might be hiding the cash. Back at James's house, Stacy drops by to check on him, but their conversation is interrupted when two men posing as gas inspectors show up. James senses danger, lets them in, and, with Stacy's help, takes them down. Ross sees the news about his men being killed and becomes even more alarmed. James digs deeper by hacking into military files to find O'Brien's address. He warns Sam to stay alert and heads there, only to find the place empty. Moments later, a team of armed men closes in on him. Using his training, James wipes them out. Frustrated and desperate, Ross and Ray decide to target Sam to force James to reveal the money's location. Not long after, as Sam and James continue searching for O'Brien, Sam is nearly injected with a syringe-wielding assassin in the bathroom. James intervenes just in time, kills the attacker, and pushes forward with the investigation. Using military contacts, James heads to a bar known to be one of O'Brien's hangouts. Inside, when he starts asking questions, the patrons warn him to leave. James steps outside but takes down several of them before ambushing O'Brien in his car.
Right now, all right?
A friend of ours told me that this is one of his hangouts.
I think he went back to Ireland. Then I'm gonna have
Held at gunpoint, O'Brien finally explains the truth. Back in Afghanistan, Lieutenant Ross had forced Walter, Cliff, and O'Brien into a secret drug smuggling scheme. They shipped narcotics to the U.S. by hiding them inside the bodies of fallen soldiers. When the three men tried to break free, Ross threatened them. Fearing exposure, especially since they had already involved two outsiders, Walter, Cliff, and O'Brien stole the $40 million as leverage and ran. James convinces O'Brien to take him to the operations old base. That night, James, Sam, and O'Brien head to an abandoned warehouse. James silently eliminates the guards while Sam waits outside. Inside, he and O'Brien split up. James finds a huge stash of drugs, but O'Brien is discovered and shot dead by one of Ross's men. James hunts down the shooter and kills him. Ross arrives shortly after with reinforcements and captures Sam. A violent firefight breaks out inside the warehouse. Despite being heavily outnumbered, James escapes. Later that night, he follows one of Ross's men home, confronts him, and forces him to confess that Hammond, Ross's trusted right-hand man, was the one who killed Walter. James executes him. The next day, Ross calls James and offers to trade Sam for the money. Although James has no idea where the money is, he agrees. Ross betrays him. Sam is killed during the exchange, and James is shot and captured. James wakes up in a torture room face-to-face with Hammond, Walter's killer, and Ray, his former comrade who's now a mercenary. They demand to know where the money is. James insists he doesn't have it. To pressure him, they threaten Walter's wife, who they have taken hostage. James admits he lied only because he wanted to save Sam. Ross soon arrives. While the group is distracted, James breaks free. When Hammond returns, James ambushes him and kills him with a block of wood. He then prepares for the final confrontation with Ray and Ross. Ray taunts James, saying a soldier's life brings only pain and sacrifice. Their tense exchange quickly escalates into a gunfight. Ray attempts to ambush James, but fails. James shoots him in the chest. Ross tries to run, but James chases him down. Their final showdown ends with James killing Ross. Avenging Walter and Cliff, and putting an end to everyone involved in the betrayal.